to International Jedi Federation. My name is Alethea Thompson. I will be guiding you through a series of classes on meditation forms, a Jedi's first spiritual art. As you know, many of the things that we deal with in the Jedi path require us to meditate through various ways. We can either use them for centering, calming ourselves down, or contemplation, or even gaining information from the Force as we move through our day-to-day lives. So today's meditation will cover the first meditation form, calming breath. This is actually very simple, or at least it is simple in terms of how it is on paper done, but some people can have some difficulty with it. So the steps for this breathing meditation is you set a timer for 5 minutes. Some places say that you can do it for 3 to 10. I'm going to go for 5. You sit, stand, or lie down with your back straight. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. That can be quite demanding, especially if you have back problems. So try to be as comfortable as possible, but as straight as you can get your back. You will use diaphragmatic breathing, and then you will breathe in through the nose for 4 counts, and you will retain it for 7 counts, and then exhale through the mouth for 8 counts. If you are new to this and you can't really get the 4, 7, 8 counts, you can start out by trying to do 4, 4, 4. We will get into what diaphragmatic breathing is. So here's a short video that will hopefully help you make sense of that.
In this lesson, we will cover how to perform the diaphragmatic breathing technique. Are you a chest breather? Guess what? Almost all adults are. From birth, most babies instinctively breathe properly. Let's try to get back to this more efficient way of breathing, which is foundational in mastering respiratory muscle training. In this lesson, we will learn this exercise, which decreases the work of respiration and oxygen demand while improving control of your respiratory rate. To get started, the first thing you need to do is sit upright in a comfortable chair. This gets you in the right position to focus on your diaphragm. Now, place one hand on the upper portion of your stomach, just a few inches above the navel, but below the breastbone. Sniff in several times. The movement in that area is your diaphragm, working at its best. Begin diaphragmatic breathing at the end of a comfortable exhalation through pursed lips. Inhale deeply through your nose. Feeling your stomach expand, exhale slowly through pursed lips while slightly contracting your stomach muscles. This helps to push the diaphragm up, positioning it for the next inhalation. On this inhalation, see your fingertips move apart as your stomach expands. Also, feel the expansion of your lower ribs. Concentrate on air entering deep into your lungs. Seeing and feeling yourself complete diaphragmatic breathing is extremely helpful when practicing. Watch yourself in front of a mirror several times a day to check your progress. Relax your shoulders. The rib cage only expands slightly. And if your chest is rising too much, you're an upper chest breather. You need to be in touch with your diaphragm to breathe more efficiently. When practicing, always exhale slowly through pursed lips. This slows down your breathing. Do not force the air out. Relax. Once you've felt and seen yourself breathe correctly, try it with your eyes closed. Sense the air filling your lungs, your diaphragm plunging downwards towards your stomach. Practice 3 to 4 times daily and check yourself periodically throughout the day to make sure you are using your diaphragm, even during physical activities such as walking. An example could be to breathe in for 2 steps and out for 3. You may need to switch to mouth breathing during physical activities, and we all mouth breathe when talking, so let's try a few breaths inhaling through the mouth instead of the nose. This requires some concentration, and this is where your breather can be most helpful because it requires the mouth to do it. For some sitting upright, diaphragmatic breathing may be more difficult at first. If this is the case, slightly leaning forward with hands against a table or hands or forearms on the knees will help to relax the shoulders, allowing the stomach to expand during inhalation. This takes the tension off your shoulders. Others may find a semi-reclined position very helpful or even necessary while first relearning this technique. Another fun way to practice is to place a book or small object on your stomach. This provides a visual aid to see how high you can raise the book while inhaling and then lowering it to get the most out of your exhalation. And since you're reclining or lying down when you're resting or falling off to sleep, deep, proper breathing will help you to relax more quickly and mentally reinforce diaphragmatic breathing. This concludes the lesson. Thanks for watching. We hope this lesson was helpful in guiding you through the diaphragmatic breathing technique.
Okay, so for the record, this is not our video. This is a video I found on YouTube. So disclaimer, not associated with International Jedi Federation. But there you have it. If you want to, you can go back and you can watch it. I will put in the comments below where this video came from originally if you don't want to try to come through here and figure out where it was. Okay, so here are the believed benefits of calming breath. It helps with anxiety. It promotes better sleep, puts you in a state of relaxation, helps manage cravings, improves cognitive performance, reduces negative, subjective, and physiological consequences of stress. However, there is a scientific concern that should be made aware to you. This is from a study called Diaphragmatic Breathing Reduces Efficiency of Breathing in Patients with Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease, that was published in the American Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine. Yes, they have long names, but you can see here where I got it from. It was published in 1995. I could not find anything that was more updated, but in conclusion, the present study demonstrated that diaphragmatic breathing in patients with severe COPD and moderate hyperinflation resulted in a decrease in mechanical efficiency of the respiratory muscles. The chest wall motion became more asynchronous and paradoxical. I cannot say this word. Dyspnea sensation tended to increase. So basically, this is effectively saying that it made it more difficult for their respiratory muscles to work. So if you have severe COPD, please be aware of this before trying to do the calming breath. So I want you to go ahead. I'm not going to have you do it right now, but after this video, I want you to do a practical exercise of this meditation. And I want you to observe your tempo. How easy is it for you to do 4, 7, 8? Or if you have to go down to 4, 4, 4. And I want you to take note of your body's reactions. Are you hyperventilating? Are you relaxing? Are you finding that you're getting lightheaded? Some of these things are very important for you to note. Not all meditations work for everybody, as I pointed out. This one would probably be very bad for someone who has severe COPD. But anyways, here you go. I want you to just take note and see if this works for you at all. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to put this, or just kind of think about this for a moment. Which level of the Force do you believe this meditation focuses on? So these definitions are by Aslan Denethorn, who was a Jedi scholar over at, he got that title at Institute for Jedi Realist Studies way back in the day. He is also in the Great Jedi Holocron, which is where these come from. Personal, the life energy contained within the body of any organism at any single point in time. Living, the living force is the sum of all the personal force in present existence. And then unifying is the sum of the living force, which exists as the sum of all life in existence at any point in time and all the other forms of energy in the universe. So if we were to look at this kind of as an upside down pyramid and we just get bigger, at the bottom point, you would have the personal force, and then at the center, it would be the living, and then at the very end in the upside down pyramid, it would be everything, and just kind of like expands into the universe. So just kind of think about that for a second, and let's see. And if you want to, before this video ends, go ahead and write it down in the comments below, just because why not? And 3, 2. So my answer to this is that it focuses on personal force, which is the internal energy that you have. And it can be good for cleansing that out if you give it that opportunity. As we said, some of the possible benefits is that it will help reduce stress in a myriad of ways. So this to me really focuses more on personal force so that you have better access to the other states of the force, being the collection of personal forces of people that you interact with later, and then eventually to the largest scale of the unifying force. So there's that. Okay, so cultivating your inner Jedi. Let's talk about this for a second. So this helps with self-awareness interior, in that it's reducing your stress. It's giving you points to consider for your stress. So if you recognize, for example, that your calming breath is not so calm when you first start out, but it gets there, what you're noting is that you're going through something, and maybe you need to address that. And this would go to becoming more aware of your state of being in the here and the now. Discipline, it does help with discipline. It centers you and gives you something to focus on. And as we increase our ability to focus on things around us, that helps us also learn and increase our ability to not just react when something happens, that we have the time to center, calm, think through what we're supposed to be doing. Overcoming aggression, this is definitely something. So if you are going through an emotionally trying time, the calming breath, it calms you, like it's in the name, calm. So it brings you back to your center. It gives you a place to restart everything. So like I recently saw a really good explanation as to why you would turn off your computer. So I'm just going to kind of relay that. So let's just say that you're out somewhere and you take a couple of wrong turns. In fact, I know somebody who did that recently. She said, I took a wrong turn. Now I'm lost in XYZ because I can't get back to where I'm trying to go. And so what happened was she had to go back to a point that she recognized so that she could find this restaurant that she's been to all the time. So what this does is it's just like turning off your computer, because when you turn off your computer, you're reset back at the starting line, and now you can start navigating wherever you need to. That's how this helps with overcoming aggression. It also helps with overcoming recklessness for the very same reason. You have to go back to your start point so that you're not just jumping into something that you shouldn't be jumping into. And a lot of this all really ties back into self-awareness interior. All right, so for your homework, in the comments below, to get full credit for doing this assignment, I need you to, what you're going to do is you're going to tell us about how you think this meditation can benefit you or others on the path in your own words. Don't use mine. And just kind of like if someone was to come up to you and ask you, why would I use the calming breath? What value is there in doing that? How does it relate to me being a Jedi? Kind of form an answer on that. You can draw from your own personal experience, or you can just kind of draw from the contemplations that you've gotten from watching this video. Anyways, thank you for joining me. and may the force be with you.